why you should never date a woman who lacks accountability. I'm gonna go ahead and play this video.
Personally, and you shouldn't either. I couldn't be with a woman who's not accountable for her actions, right? It's almost like they don't even have a conscience. That's another a motivator to do bad things for you when there's no conscience there, because somebody else is the problem. You made me do this. He made me cheat. He wasn't showing me love. You know, he was neglecting me. He was working too much. It's not and I can't control myself, and I'm not brave enough to end a relationship. It's you, right? And so when somebody don't feel bad about the things that they do, when they don't have a moral compass and a conscience, they're more than likely to do them, these bad things, these disrespectful things. So if a woman don't have accountability, she out.
God damn. Ooh, I'm gonna let y'all hit it. I know what I want to say, but I'm gonna let y'all hit that thing real quick.
That's how you come in, JR. You gonna put that shit on. Yeah, you gonna duck off in the back. Nah, bring your ass on up here to the conference.
I know. I was saying I didn't even realize I was off camera, but yeah. Why should you never date a woman who lacks accountability? You guys seen that?
A woman like that is gonna have you in prison, because the second you leave her, the second you do some she don't want, she's gonna fall on all over the floor. He did this to me. He did that to me. It's some stupid shit. Next thing you know, you're gonna either get beat up by her brother and you ain't even did nothing, or your ass gonna be in prison some damn where. Yeah, stay away from these victimized ass women who are a victim of the damn wind blowing. The shit is disgusting.
I mean, we talking about lacking accountability. You can't hold your woman accountable because she got that who gonna check me boo energy. Anybody? Yeah, no, we're not fucking with them. We're not rocking with them. They all slowly fade to black, and then they'll finally get their act together when it's too motherfucking late. 40 years old, Wall done smacked them in their face so fucking hard they can't do nothing about it. Hey, you asked for this.
I don't even.
Y'all gonna learn the hard way out here.
Well, my understanding is changing, bro. It's not even about a man holding her accountable. She should be able to hold herself accountable. That's the biggest thing, bro. Like, if it's never y'all know how I feel about this, man. If it's never your fault, bro, there's really no point in this. Right. At that point, you living in a one-way relationship, and I keep telling y'all, shit, nobody do no one-way relationship. No matter what, it's your fault. No matter what, bro. You can pull a sun out the sky and put it on her doorstep for Sunday breakfast, and she's still gonna complain, bro. Get you a good one, hunker down, and leave them in hell, bro. If it's a woman like that, leave her in hell. Don't entertain her. Don't spend no time with her. Don't dig her, because you're gonna end up making a mistake. Stay away. Run, bruh. Run. Grab your best Nikes and dip the other way.
Head for the hills.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that. I mean, it's just difficult to get tutelage, bro. Like I think about sports immediately. Like, they got some talented ass players. But coach always say, bro, you got to be coachable. You can be a talented as hell. You know what I'm saying? But if I call a play going to the left and you go to the right, we fucked. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be able to take tutelage. I mean, you got to be able to take direction. You got to be able to constantly self-assess. That's the only way that the relationship is going to progress. That's why so many relationships end, if we're going to be honest. I would say most. Because people, it's hard for motherfuckers to look in that mirror and, understand and accept what I did wrong. Mainly women, especially in this scenario. Because women are just not used to being told that they're wrong. It's always the man fault. As far as the cheating, as far as the neglect, the lack of emotional intelligence, blah. So as a man, when you walk into the relationship, like, we be so busy trying to prove ourselves that we don't even realize half the shit that she doing wrong. Even try to hold her accountable to it. But once we start moving right, and then we try to hold her ass accountable and she don't take well to it, relationship typically ends right there. So yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Again, she can look good, she can make money, she can fuck good, she can do all of that. But if she's not coachable, it ain't shit that any man is gonna be able to do with her.
I have a chapter in my book that's coming out March 30th, right? On my birthday. The Journey of Self-Actualization. It's a full book series. And people hear me say this probably a couple times on different podcasts. Accountability is allergic to the immature. Accountability, that's a chapter in the book. Accountability is allergic to the immature. I agree with the panel. If you're not coachable, if I can't hold you accountable, because I know you're gonna try to hold me accountable when things don't go right. You're definitely gonna hold me accountable. And as a man, I'm gonna accept that if I'm wrong. But we need for long-term relationships or marriages, it needs to be reciprocal, right? And in fact, that's what long-term relationships end up being, is something that's reciprocal. So if you're gonna hold me accountable, I'm damn sure gonna hold you accountable. And if I can't hold you accountable, it's always someone else's fault, it's gonna be a problem. So before you even get to that part, in courting, because that's what I'm going through right now, right? Take your time. Listen to her friends. Talk to her friends. Talk to her family. See the people that she's around. And if all you hear is lack of accountability, then 9 times out of 10, she don't hold herself accountable. Ask her about some of her experiences. If she's shifting the blame always to someone else, that is something you need to run from. There's nothing that you could, even if you was right in the situation, there was nothing that you could grow from. The biggest room in the house is room for improvement. So at the end of the day, if you lack accountability, brothers, run, fall, because she's not ready. Because we don't got time to be playing games these days. All right, get you a good one, like Ricky says, and hold tight. God damn it. That's it. That's the only thing I gotta say.
Go ahead, Rick. I see you shaking your head.
Oh man, I was just agreeing, man. This shit is egregious, bro. Like, we'll get deeper into it. I'm gonna leave it where it's at. I'm sure you're gonna steer the conversation where it needs to go.
Yeah, sometimes when you're dealing with a woman and it's always somebody else's fault. The first thing you want to understand from the woman is, when was the last time something happened and it was because of you? Because I like to be solution oriented. It's, we can't just be like, yeah, leave these women alone. Don't do this, don't do that. But how do you identify one of these goofy ass women? You have to make sure you actually listen to her, because a lot of times as men, we don't be listening to women. We just be, looking at her titties or whatever while she's talking. But if you really want to keep yourself from getting screwed up with one of these goofy ass women, you actually have to listen to her problem solving skills. Find out some conflicts that have happened in her life, her mom, her cousin, her coworker, her job, her supervisor. She says something about something. Pull the story out of, oh, really? Something happened at work? What happened? Sheila did this and Sheila did that, and I can't believe she did that. Oh, really? Damn. So what happens next? This and that. Or, so you don't like your job? No, I don't like my job. Oh, so why don't you like your job? How long you been there? I've been there for like 7 years. Oh, okay. So if you don't like your job, is there a reason why you still there for 7 years? Well, I got to pay the rent. Oh, so you just stay at a job that you hate for 7 years? What else am I supposed to do? Well, find another job. Well, I can't find nobody. Oh, okay. So you just would rather complain about a job that you don't like, but you're not going to leave. That means she's going to be complaining about you to her homegirl, and she's going to be like, why don't you leave? So virtually everything somebody says or does over here, she's going to do it over here. So find out what her actual mode of operation, her level of conflict resolution, or does she like to stay in the conflict, be in the middle of the conflict, run from the conflict? Find out what her mode of operation is when there is some type of conflict, and you're easily going to see if this woman is a perpetual victim and she's going to make her the problem. I mean, make somebody else the problem in almost every situation. Listen to these women, stop staring at their titties, and find out what their actual mode of operation is.
Yeah, I agree. That's why one of my favorite date questions, bro, is like, in your last relationship, what part did you play in it going wrong? How that woman answers that is going to tell you everything you need to know. Everything you need to know. Because regardless how it ended, and most women typically they're going to say, oh, he cheated or whatever the case may be, and da, 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 da. But again, regardless of how it ended, like the cheating might have been, the nail that broke the camel's back or whatever the saying is, but there was a lot of shit that led up to that. Right. So when we get to asking, okay, what part did you play in it going wrong? An accountable person will say, well, you know what, to be honest, when I was first dating him, some red flags that I just kind of looked past. If I'm gonna be honest, I was interested in the sex, or he was handsome, or he made me feel away, and I just ignored some shit that I should have, paid more attention to. Right. She answered like that. It's like, okay, well, yeah, she's accountable. But most women are not gonna answer like that. Which is the reason why this topic is as prevalent as it is. Most women are gonna duck accountability, even if they did something wrong. She could have been uncheated. I done heard women say, "Yeah, I cheated, but he pushed me to do it. He made me go out there and seek other things because he wasn't giving me what I needed, and I tried to get it out of him, and I did this and I did that. So it's his fault regardless. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women have that issue. So just as a way to kind of gauge it, bro. Like, next woman you meet or the next woman you talk to, ask her, in your last relationship, what part did you play in it going wrong? How she answers it, gonna tell you everything you didn't know.
Trills, you said that is a wonderful question. I think two things. A slick lawyer, though, you got some women that really slick. I wouldn't even ask that question. I'm gonna tell you why. I would just ask a general question: what happened in your last relationship? If she's not woman enough to say it with that question, not where you went wrong at, not what part did you play in the wrong at. If she's not upfront with it, that means the only time she's really going to tell you the truth is when you ask her a specific question that that forces her to tell you the truth. Now, I want you to be honest. Shout out to Mr. Let Go and his woman. They termed this term hot, honest, open, and transparent. Right? I want you to be honest, open, and transparent. You need to tell me. If I don't hear it, without me having to dive in a perfect question for you to ultimately put you in the corner for you to tell me the truth, I'm good. I'm not giving you a way out, because to a degree, I got you, Trill. Wonderful question. Actually, it's a great question. But it's still a little way out with them slick little lawyers, because now they are forced to do it. Nah, hell no. What happened to your last relationship? And if I don't hear no accountability, it's just, yeah, he did this and he did that and the whole 9 yards, I already know I'm not even going farther with your ass. Excuse my language.
What's going on, HD? What you got on this, sir? Why you should never date a woman who lacks accountability. Did you see the video?
I did not see the video. That's probably a good thing. What's up, gentlemen?
What did it do?
Had a baseball game with my youngest son, so here I am. So my take on it is why you should never date a woman who lacks accountability is because that means you're dating a child. The reason why I say that is because I don't really call women children, but shout out to Mr. Let Go, right, and Ricky, right. But this parenting thing is a challenge, right? Especially single parenting, right? And I was talking to my daughter, a female, right? And I'm conversing with her about some things that she did. And I gave her a consequence. And she was upset at me for the consequence that I gave her, right? Her brothers was like, that don't even seem like a consequence, Dad. You do much worse to us, right? And she's like, well, I'm upset because I think it should have been something a little less than what you gave me. Not even confirming that she did something wrong, but it was me and how I decided to punish her, right? And so for a woman who is similar in nature to say, you know what, I don't think it was really me. It had to be you, or it had to be somebody else in the way in which I responded. And I'm not going to accept what it is that's going on. It's something that children do. Children have a hard time accepting accountability and responsibility. And so if you go down that route to even date her, like, we're not even talking about courting. Like, you shouldn't even entertain a woman who doesn't understand that that's how growth happens. Growth happens by accepting accountability for what it is that you've done wrong. That means that you can self-internalize what you have done incorrectly and then make the necessary adjustments. You're also a person that is able to accept accountability. I think Trill said it, that means you're coachable, which means that you're willing to accept my leadership, right? So if you're not willing, if you're not able to hold accountability, be accountable, then she's not going to accept your leadership. And so you should just chunk deuces. That's my take.
Hey, Shan, come on through. What you got for us?
Why you should never date a woman who lacks accountability. Okay, so four words that people are allergic to. Women tend to be more allergic than most. My bad, I'm sorry. It's they're allergic to it. It makes their skin crawl. My bad,
That's sorry. Your next shirt, bro.
And we all know the acronym sign language, right? Shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. But the N is the worst of all four. The need to be right. And that's the red flag that I want men and women to always pay attention to the most. Whenever you meet somebody new, early dating stages, whatever, if they have the need to be right, it's better to cut ties early before you get attached to them, before you realize how good the sex is, before you start liking them a lot. If they have the need to be right, that's where we talk about death by 1,000 cuts. But there's four terms that people use, and a lot of people don't understand what they are: psychopath, psychotic, narcissistic, and sociopath. Now, oh man, you psychotic, or oh you a psychopath, or you a narcissist. A lot of people right now that's listening to me do not know the difference, the real difference between a psychopath, a psychotic, a narcissist, and a sociopath. Now that last one, sociopath, right? That's interchangeable with anti-personality disorder. That's the person who often shows little remorse for what they've done. They lack empathy. They don't think, they're not tripping that they cheated on you. They're not tripping that they wrong. They fucked up. In fact, you can't tell them that they're wrong. They don't even know it. There is a lot of sociopaths today. A lot of sociopaths today. And it almost seems epidemic in my personal opinion. And if I could put on my conspiracy theory hat just for a second before we move on, I think there's something going on chemically. I don't know if it's in our water supply. I don't know if it's in our food. I don't know if it's what are we feeding our kids. I don't know if it's in fucking Twinkies. I don't know if it's in Captain Crunch or Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I don't know if it's in fucking Sunny Delight. I have no idea. But the amount of people who will not say, my bad, I'm sorry, is wild to me. And those four words are so empowering. They just can't. They can't fix their lips to say, oh man, I fucked up, my bad. Damn, I did that. Oh, sorry about that. I'll do better next time. When's the last time you heard somebody say, damn, my bad, I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking, I apologize, I'll do better next time? There's no respect loss. You don't fucking lose no money. You don't stay up all night, but people just will not say that. And the only thing that I can think of is that there has to be something going on where everybody has to be right so much that they're willing to sacrifice relationships. They're willing to divorce. They're willing to break up with somebody before they say, my bad, I'm sorry. All I'm asking kings that's listening is don't you be that guy. Now, I'm not saying apologize when you know you damn right. I'm saying pick and choose your battles. And when you run into a woman who needs to be right, when you run into a woman who has to be right, where you can eat, when you present her the video, she says, well, hold on. Or when you present the evidence, she lifts that goalpost out the dirt and walks 10 more yards and sticks it back in. Just cut your ties early, man. Save yourself from 1,000 cuts. That's an excruciating death. Trust me. That's
it's funny too, because apologizing, admitting to being wrong doesn't cost you anything to do, but you have everything to gain from doing so. You gain the respect of the people that you do, that you're apologizing to. Like, man, it don't cost you shit. That's crazy. I like that analogy there, or not analogy, that analysis right there, Shane. That's dope.
I'll tell you what, I got a theory. I got a theory on it, just in terms of like saying like, where does it come from? Is it chemical imbalance? I think it's social media. Because whoever on social media tells you you're wrong, especially on Instagram or on your YouTube channels or YouTube comments, tweet comment, whatever, like you upload your picture, you get 1,000 likes on it. You say something on Twitter with your followers, typically, like most people gonna tell you you're right. You could post some bullshit, a meme, you get into it with your man, post memes in the Instagram story, every man in that motherfucker, yeah, you right, girl, he did what? That's crazy. So everybody's constantly telling you you right. So it's hard. That makes it hard to be wrong. Like back in the day, people didn't really have that. You know, you might have had your small circle of people that, ride with whatever it is that you do and say, right or wrong. But now motherfuckers wake up and look at their phone, they got thousands of people doing it, depending on what your following is. Like I was reading my comments earlier, and sometimes like I be on panels just playing devil's advocate just to see, and motherfuckers will still tell me I'm right. And in the back of my head, I say some left shit just to see, and they'll confirm it.
You be testing them.
Again, man, social media I would say is the number one reason for that. But that's just my theory on it. Y'all go ahead.
I ain't got no followers like that to be able to, to determine that goddamn trio. You sitting over there with 100 something plus K. All right.
Trill got a nice sample size.
But it's about it's something called confirmation bias. When your followers or your friends or your family members or anybody close to you or anybody that, because your followers, they see you, every day when you post or whatever. So when people you're used to interacting with on a normal basis are agreeing with everything you said or agreeing with one particular thing you said, just like Trill said, it's called confirmation bias. You have gotten what you're already thinking out, and it's been confirmed to other people that is right. But we don't understand that our algorithm is always going to make us feel like we're right, because that's what social media actually does. Just like all of us, I'm sure your algorithm, if you go on your explore page, is going to be big booty, random chicks half naked. That's an example.
That's not true. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I get a lot of monster trucks.
So it's an algorithm thing.
I don't get that. I'm about to say,
hold on. So when it comes to confirmation of what you're already thinking, the algorithm is going to confirm your own reality, whatever it is. You could be talking about it's a flat earth. You're going to attract people who agree that there's a flat earth, no matter what it is. Next thing you know, you're going to think you're right, just like Trill said, and you're going to go out in the world, and when somebody says you're wrong, you're actually, see, sometimes it's not deliberate. They don't know. They don't understand why you don't agree with them. They're
That's the sociopath. That's the sociopathic in them.
Yeah,
exactly.
So they're like, you're crazy. You don't understand there's a flat earth, or you crazy. You don't understand that this is that way. And you're like, no, that's crazy. Because their level of confirmation bias has already been confirmed before they got to you. So now you can't tell them nothing. And that is a lot of problems with women. women who are overweight, women who have all these emotional issues, women who think all men are this or whatever, you can't tell them anything because in her mind,
she's been confirmed.
Her feelings about men, her feelings about her being fat is being okay, whatever it is, it's been confirmed already. So you as a man can't tell her anything.